slowing down.
Depth here.
Good morning, everybody. Bob, are we ready for audio? I assume the telecom's open video.
Okay.
Yes, it is. I haven't heard anybody on it, but
okay. Well, we see some people in the event log. Good morning, everybody. Okay. This is a live broadcast from the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer. My name is Chris Kelly. I'm from the University of Hawaii, and next to me is...
This is Chris Ma from the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History.
And to my left is Mashkur Malik.
A lot of noise.
You want to say where you're from, Mashkur?
Hi, everyone. This is Mashkur Malik. I'm from NOAA Office of Ocean Exploration and Research, and I'm one of the physical scientists on the ship.
Right. So... we're going to institute something new this morning that nobody knows about except for a couple of co-conspirators this morning. And this is right after I do kind of a little introduction to where we are and what we're doing today. And it's after that, then we're going to tell a really stupid joke. And we are soliciting stupid jokes from various folks here or on the cruise with us. So if you like really stupid jokes and you want to tune in and hear the stupid joke, then you got to tune in to the dive just before we get to bottom. And first let me describe the amazing place that we're in right now, and then you get your stupid joke. So, Chris, where are we right now?
So right now we are on... is it pronounced Wetmore? Is that how you say it?
Wetmore
Seamount. We're at a depth of approximately 2,520 meters. We're in the Johnston Atoll region of the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. And
I think you can rotate now.
We're currently on
around the port.
Part of the excuse me, the 2017 leg of our expedition.
You can come around faster.
And we're soon going to be exploring a ridge along this seamount where we hope to find a lot of very interesting corals and other animals.
Yeah, so our project, or this particular cruise, is called Laulima Oka Moana, which means partnership in the sea or with the sea. And we decided to name this cruise because this is a huge partnership between the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration, which are doing a lot of the engineering. The pilots are all with this group, the videographers as well. And, of course, the Okeanos crew, all the participating scientists on shore. So it's a huge partnership. Right now, we've got Asako Matsumoto tuned into the event log from the Chiba Institute in Japan. We have Tina Molitsova from the Shirshov Institute in Moscow, Timothy Shank from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, Nicole Morin from, I think it's Florida State University.
All right. So
and we'll get more as we get to the bottom.
Just watch the tether.
So if you're willing to listen to this first initial thing and hear us talk about the amazing Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument, then you get the joke. And here it comes. This joke was offered by James Scott, who's one of the Okeanos crew members here. And I'm going to ask it right to Chris. So what do you call something sitting on the seafloor that's twitching?
I don't know, Chris. What do you call something on the seafloor that's twitching?
A nervous wreck.
Oh, God.
So you're gonna get one of these every morning. They are really stupid. And tomorrow morning we're going to give you an offering from Annie White, one of the videographers. She actually has given me two of them, and I'm trying to decide which is the most stupid.
Oh. I can, because I'm going to cheat and just come up with one that I heard recently. So, Chris?
All right.
Which marine invertebrate never wears clothes?
Which marine invertebrate? But, oh my goodness, they all wear clothes, don't they?
Yes, except for nudibranchs.
Oh,
Okay,
so
we're done with that. For today.
You see what we're going to do here. So a couple other notes here as far as some of the other partnerships that are helping us out with this cruise. We should mention the NOAA National Marine Fisheries Service, and they've got an exploration command center over at the Inouye Regional Center on Ford Island in Honolulu. We also have partnerships with the NOAA National Ocean Service and the Office of Marine Aviation Operations. So, again, these are some of the groups that are helping us all out, and I'm going to be quiet for a moment because I see the seafloor.
Have it on your sonar as well, about 30
Never
meters
before dove on before. You're seeing it for the first time.
And starting to get it on Sirius.
I see one sponge. And looks like a lot of boulders and sediments from this height, but we'll see what we see when we get closer. Yeah, so your eyes aren't deceiving you. It is a very narrow ridge. This is why we picked it. And so you actually see it sloping off to both the port and starboard sides, or left and right, at this particular height.
And so one of the things that we're always interested in is the sort of environments that you find specific types of animals in, and why certain types of animals are more abundant here than others. And one of the reasons that ridges are so attractive is because you see so many, you have a lot of high currents in these areas, especially as they're moving over angular surfaces and so forth.
Perhaps.
And these promontories create effects on the current, which make filter feeding and other types of animals
face up.
Yep.
It makes them desirable because they can exploit the water current for food.
Are you gonna? Well, we're still settling down, but one last joke from the ISC Watch group. You got all right. You know what? We're gonna save that for tomorrow. Another marine joke.
There's always more of them.
That is so stupid too. It's as stupid as any of ours.
It's brilliant, actually.
Yes, it's brilliant. In fact, I got to write this down. I don't know who is there manning the ISA Watch group, but if we have a name, we'll actually credit it to you. Is this Amy, or I'm not sure who would be on ISC Watch 2?
Okay, that looks like my upslope heading there, just about 155 maybe.
Yeah, copy that. All right, so we can bring out the swing arms.
Okay.
Get everything ready to go. All right, Chris, we're all set up here, and we're on bottom and ready to start exploring.
Okay. Well, we got a couple of missions here. So we've got a sponge right in front of us, and it seems like that's an obvious first choice. And then the other thing we could do real quick is, can you guys introduce yourselves?
Sure. So this is Joshua Carlson. I'm piloting D2 at the moment in the co-pilot seat.
Don Libertori.
In the navigator seat.
Dave Casagrande.
In the shading video seat.
Bob Knott.
I didn't hear you, Bob.
I'm on EXRV.
Okay. And in the clipping seat?
I'm Emily Narrow, and we are all with the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration.
And this again is Chris Ma from the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History, and
it's Chris Kelly from the University of Hawaii Ocean and Earth
Nav.
Science and Technology, and next to me
We've reached
is
the bottom.
Nicola Rodriguez
Can
from the
you change
University of
center
Hawaii
rotation
at
to
Hilo.
A-frame?
So that's your control
have a
room
bailout for
team
us?
at
Yes,
the
I do.
moment.
260.
We're going to settle in and look at the sponge first,
Thank you, Bridge.
and then pilot. This certainly looks like a good place to try to find our first rock.
Yeah, copy that. Come on in, video.
ROV bridge center of rotation has been shifted to the A-frame.
Thank you, Bridge.
You're welcome.
And a sea star.
Wow, that's almost eerie. The first thing they settle on today, a sea star and a sponge. Looks like a goniasterid, the sea star anyway. We'll need to sort of get in a little closer to see the surface in order to observe the details. So the reason that's so significant is because those happen to be the respective animals that Chris Kelly and I both work on.
It is a little eerie, as though we planned it that way.
Yes. I dropped down here last night to 2,500 meters just to do that.
Well, this is a very strange glass sponge in the family Pharenematidae, I believe. So it's a good start. It's got glass sponges, have skeletons that are made of silica that gives them a very transparent appearance, just like glass. And this particular one attaches to rocks versus a whole series of threads there. You can sort of see it at the bottom. Kind of a different species. I think I've seen it before. And one of these days we're going to grab one of these, but I don't think so right off the bat. It's a little too early to start thinking about collections, unless we see something that we're sure is completely unique.
Yes. Well, let's see what the sea star has to offer. When you guys are ready, if I could get a zoom on the starfish.
Sure, Chris. Just getting set up here. Just doing a quick shift change.
Dan, we just got introductions.
I know, man. We get to do it again.
All right, you got to do it again. We're gonna get you all mixed up if you don't.
So you can hear me all right, Washlead?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right, so you want to look at the starfish?
The sponge first. I called it out first.
Okay.
We were looking at the sponge.
I see.
Oh, you gotta
Okay.
zoom in. Oh, did he zoom in already?
We can zoom in.
No, we can zoom in. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yep.
But yeah, eventually the starfish can come.
Yeah, and we've got a black coral as well in the background, and Tina Molitsova is watching right now, and so we're going to take a look at that. Yeah, it's absolutely a hexactinellid. You can see beautiful meshwork.
Is the ship underway or?
Negative.
This is called a sieve plate that's over the opening, large opening on top.
Okay.
And it's covering this large opening.
And you'll notice that there are several animals, such as this shrimp, and there was a little crustacean called an amphipod living inside it. Sponges like these are often sort of ecosystems unto themselves. They have several what's called commensals, animals that essentially use their bodies as habitat. They don't necessarily detract from the organism, but they do find it a useful place to live and to hide and so forth. And several different kinds of animals can live on a large body sponge like this, and sometimes both inside and outside.
So what we're going to do, if we could, pilot, is to look at the sea star, and then before we leave here, there's a black coral that's a little further up, and we're also looking for a rock.
Okay.
So that's our starting agenda.
No shortage of those.
If that works.
All right. Looks like we're a little light here.
Oh, that means you need a heavy rock.
That will help. Let me just dial this in and I'll come back in on the sea star.
Great, thank you.
Okay, coming back in.
It's
I
not
can feel the anticipation from Chris Ma back there.
Yeah, as we're zooming in, Asako Matsumoto is getting into this bad joke thing. So, Asako, I would like you to come up with a bad joke, if you could, from Japan there. And I don't know if you guys have the really poor sense of humor that we do over here, but hoping that you do, and I think you do. We can see if we can get some international really bad jokes.
Let's go ahead and zoom in video.
Maybe Tina, too. Okay, we're zooming in on the Sea Star.
260, and we are rotating about the A-frame.
Good copy.
Okay, I think I've dialed in the Z bias there.
And it looks like it's definitely a goniaster. I'd say it's probably Circeaster, probably a small Circeaster pullus. These are often
All right, let's
found.
come out a bit.
Thank you.
Should we move the ship a little closer to D2?
These are often found feeding on corals of various types.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Roughly
smaller
what direction is the
individuals feed
So we
on
want to go
different types of organisms.
80
So
to 90
possibly
degrees.
all of these little white crested forms might be what these animals eat.
Okay.
Or perhaps.
All right, so we'll just continue up the slope then for now. And
Okay,
then
so upslope's going to be
Pilot, there's a couple other
like
things that we
100.
could image before we leave.
Sure. Yeah, let's
We're
move
gonna
the
hide
ship closer to D2.
copy.
Move Sirius
So
closer
do
to D2.
20 meters at 150.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Back with you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it right now.
So
It's
there's
behind the sponge somewhere. There's a black coral.
So there's a black coral, a brushy frond-like thing on the rock just on top of the screen.
Go ahead, Nav.
And there's also a sea anemone there as well.
Yeah, it's at the very top of the screen right now on
see it
that
up there.
boulder.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we're going to have to wait for a ship move before we can get up that far.
Okay, and while we're waiting, Dan, we've got a lot of candidates for rocks here.
Nav co-pilot.
Okay.
And we would like something girthy. The one,
we've had
the larger one yesterday was.
monitor off.
I think
for
it's
the
a good
descent
rock,
to
but a little
approve the
small. I
CTE
wonder if we can get
trace.
something
I'm
a little
going
bit
to turn
bigger
it back
today, if
on
possible.
at this point, if that's all right. So we already have the profile.
I think you can come down a few meters, Dave.
Nav, bridge, move initiative.
Yes, I will pilot.
Thanks. All right, so no rocks here that you see?
Well, yeah, I do see some rocks, but maybe we can zoom in on that black coral just
Okay.
first. And
Sure.
make sure we get it.
I won't be able to get too much further out
What
here.
was the direction of that move, Nav?
We're moving 150.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, so
Should have a little more
Tina,
tether now.
Tina's
Okay.
commenting, did we ever collect that black coral? And we did not. I saw this once in the Northwest Hawaiian Islands, and I think you were asleep at the time. And I think I've forgotten what you might have called it. But why don't we get a close look at this, Tina, and then let's consider it, because this was really unusual when I first saw it. Maybe it was last year.
And how far was it, Nav?
20 meters, right?
Great.
Yeah, 20 meters.
Yeah, just
We'll
get
still
This
be
is a
fine,
good,
yeah.
different perspective this time than that first time we encountered this animal. Have we gotten any? Oh, we did get one black coral so far this cruise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you remember one coral from cruises ago.
Well, this was an unusual black coral. That's why I remember, because I had no clue what it was when we first came across it. And then Tina threw out a sort of hypothesis, her best guess on what it was.
All right, you want to zoom in video? Hold there. All right, go ahead and zoom in.
It's got really long, droopy tentacles. These are the enlarged
Can you
pair
play
of
with the lights,
tentacles.
co-pilot?
Yeah, what would you like?
This is a hexacoral.
Need more light, a little closer.
More light, closer. Okay.
And we're getting a very good look at this thing. It actually has 6 tentacles per polyp, but you can only see the 2 largest ones per polyp as you look down these branches.
Tilt down.
Sorry, dealing with a couple things here.
No, you're fine.
So I wonder if we could get a close-up also of where it joins onto the stem, if that's possible.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
I think that might help Tina. Oh, she's got it? Okay. So Tina, it now sounds familiar to me. In fact, we may even have it in the guide. This is Heteropathes CF americana is the species. Tina just made that.
Can you focus towards the back of the video?
Into the C-scribe, the annotations. Thank you very much. Tina, how about if we do this? Even if Dennis might like it collected, we've actually got it to genus and a possible name to it. So maybe if we go up slope and we don't see anything,
can we zoom out a bit, video?
A little more unusual,
yeah,
then we could go ahead and grab one of these as well, because it's awfully early in the dive to get one of ours. It's very unique, but we'll definitely be on the lookout for Antipitherians today. We got Asako plexaurid. By the way, that plexaurid turned completely black in the alcohol last night, Asako. And I took a quick look under a magnifying glass because I know Acanthogorgia does that.
Cool looking coral. All right, are we all set here, Chris?
I thought I could see.
Yes, we can move on.
Okay, let's zoom out.
I thought I could see a calyx.
I think I see a stock sponge up to the port side. I'm sure you're going to want to look at that.
Yeah, there was a big stock sponge when we were coming down.
There it is. Did I hear the ship is stopped now?
Yeah, move just stopped.
Okay.
And then Dan, let's keep a rock lookout here because you never know what our terrain's going to do, particularly on ridges.
Sure.
There are a lot of candidates here that are.
Yeah, let's keep a close eye on the tethered co-pilot.
Yes.
It's not a sponge.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Is that a tunicate?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
So this is, I believe, Culeolus. It's another. I don't know if these are actually predatory or not, but
right.
they certainly have a similar appearance, except that they're attached with a stalk. This large gaping hole that you're seeing in the front of it is actually the in-current siphon. These are filter feeders, and they essentially pump water in, and they have another vent which pumps water out. These are actually chordates, believe it or not. These are in the same general phylum of animals that we belong to. They don't have backbones, of course, but they do have other developmental characters that we share with them. But this one is possibly a filter feeder or maybe even predatory. I'm not sure. We saw some very nice predatory tunicates yesterday. And so this is another type of tunicate.
Hold there.
Yeah, you can see there's a filter feeding basket inside there, which is where the water sort of gets sieved through. But tunicates are often very bizarre animals. We don't know a lot about them, especially at this depth. So it's always interesting to take a look.
I think science is good when our video is.
We can zoom out.
Okay, a rock. Let's find us a nice big rock.
I think we can do that.
Why are we collecting rocks here on the seamount? Chris, you've heard me give my spiel.
I don't know, Chris, why are we collecting rocks?
Because this seamount, I do not believe, has been dredged before. I don't know of any dredging that has occurred. And actually collecting a rock and analyzing its geochemistry. How about that one right in front that just went by the lasers? Or just below the lasers right now.
Just
is that
below.
It's not too big. Dan, you're light. You're really light.
We'll do something about that here. Not this one that the lasers are on, I assume.
With that round one behind it to the right, do you think that might be free? Because that definitely looks like a pillow to me.
The one just below the lasers?
That's it. Yeah, lasers are just on it.
Right now?
No, the other one. That's too small.
That's way too big, I think.
It is? Because that one we thought was really big yesterday.
This one
wasn't.
here?
Yeah. I mean, that's only 20 centimeters across.
Although
it looks...
I think it's pretty stuck in there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I guess the other one to the right is too big, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sea cucumber.
What's down? Since we're here, maybe we can zoom the sea cucumber since we're here.
Let's do a quick zoom. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
So this is a different kind of sea cucumber that we've seen. The ones that we saw yesterday were, I believe, members of the Synallactidae.
Okay.
These, I think, are in the family Letmagonidae. These have these long, extended projections. And all sea cucumbers have certain similarities. These feed on sediment. They sort of absorb and eat the ooze that settles out on the substrate, on the rock, and on the mud and so forth. They then proceed to digest all of that and poop it out the way that an earthworm might. And they leave castings of the sediment behind them as they move along. Some of them swim at this depth. This one is probably just a sort of a more conventional crawling species. Very bizarre looking, but I think we're good for now.
Okay, let's go ahead and zoom out.
Oh,
all right.
I'm told that perhaps it looks more like something in the family Dimatidae.
I saw a creature down below here as well. There it is. Is that a crinoid there, or what? There might be.
Oh yeah, maybe. I think it might be a crinoid or a baby Brisingid.
Oh, I see it.
Do you want to do a snap zoom here, video? We'll just take a look.
Zoom.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a crinoid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, crinoid. Crinoids are also echinoderms. They look very different from that sea cucumber we just looked at, but they're in the same general group. These are filter feeders. They hold their arms up into the water. They're called feather stars. And we may see another morphology of this animal with a stalk later on.
Right.
Onward,
I
find a rock.
So this
I'm seeing more loose rocks over to the port side here, so I'll stick to this side of the slope.
Sure, and the reason this is really of considerable interest to get a rock here, there are clearly pillow formations here, and that's we're looking for lava rocks, and so this is a good hunting area. So there are the lasers. You want something with a little girth, not too flat.
So
what about the one behind the one over the above the lasers right now that kind of keep going up beyond this one? I guess it's too big, right?
Yeah, that one looks.
How about the
big.
Next one up?
That
it's
one
kind of with weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do a partial zoom video? Or just
that is pillow for sure.
Hold there. Well, we can give it the bump test.
Okay, let's try it.
It looks pretty big, but let's just try it out. Let's go full zoom or full wide. Sorry.
Yeah, it just gives us an idea.
That's about it for my motion.
Copy that. So this would be like a right there. That would be a 9 minute.
The tricky part here is we need to get
back.
something. These rocks are so manganese crusted that we need to get something that's large.
It's loose.
Yeah.
It is.
I just saw it move a little bit.
We'll keep an eye on the next one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hit it with my toe and it definitely moved. It looks quite large, but
it's
hard to say.
Well, what do you think? You want to
I'm happy to try. We can try it real quick.
Let's try, and then if it's too big, then...
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Thanks, I appreciate it, pilot.
Ramping up.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm just going to come down a little bit. Oh, man, that looks really big. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chris.
Okay, 30. Well, if you think it's a no-go right now, then we could go ahead and look for something else. But this is a really perfect area for rock collecting.
What do you think, Sean? That looks pretty big to you, right?
You know, I thought there was a starfish-shaped rock over to the left.
What do you think, Dave?
You can try.
All right, let's just try it real
I think
quick.
if you can fit your jaws around it, it'll fit the starboard side.
Let's just try it.
I'm going to hold my breath while he grabs this.
This could be a record if you get it.
All right, hydraulics are up?
Yes, you're spun up. Do you want any help with cameras?
I think I can just nudge it from here.
Okay. You got this. Would you like me to wing in?
Tilt up here. Oh. Can we zoom? Zoom a little bit. It's kind of precariously in the fingers there, but just to fill the frame with the rock there. And zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. What do you think, Chris?
I love it.
What do you think, front row? It looks.
I think it'll fit.
Think so?
Starboard side, stick up a little bit, maybe.
I'm looking at that box and.
I'm going to take Mini Zeus and bring it
Yeah,
up
let's
on my
just get
screen.
another view on it. Tilt down a bit.
Let's see. If I compare the size of the rock, the size of the box. If it were a mirror image, it would fit better.
All right. Well, this seems like a really important rock to get, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be pillow.
Okay.
Right there.
Well,
but
yeah, I think it's too big. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. I think it's a little big for us right now.
That's okay. So we would be looking at something around 20 centimeters across. Would that be a better fit?
Yeah, I can't see that thing fitting well in the rock box without kind of sticking up out of the side.
Okay.
Spinning down.
Okay, thanks. Worth a shot, though. Worth a look.
Yeah. So we can just move up slope a little bit. And
There's a sea star up on the right.
Yeah.
And I bet it's right near some rocks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking my screen back.
Okay. I see the sea star up there.
Lovely.
Your camera. I'm looking down at you at 7-0.
I wasn't kidding either. It does look like it's near some loose, jagged rocks, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I saw it
Yeah.
there, so no problem. There's a very angular rock to the right of the sea star that might work, Dan.
That looks a little better to me.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get the sea star and then we'll check it out.
See, the stars will guide you to your path.
Very philosophical. Oh, and I have a surprise for you up ahead, Chris, after this. I can see in the manipulator cameras.
The manipulator cameras.
Yeah, I got it in serial.
You mean which Chris?
Sponge Chris.
Yeah.
Sponge
we'll
Chris?
Just take a peek up here.
We have Sponge Chris and Star Chris.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, setting down.
See that Les Watling has joined us from the University of Hawaii, Department of Biology. Good morning, Les.
Okay, let's go and zoom in. Hold there.
Oh yeah, that's a keeper. So this is the rare instance where my interests coincide with that of the rock collection. This is something that I've been seeing on the pictures ever since 2 years ago. So it's early, but I'm willing to sort of grab this one and call it a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we're barely down here, but this rock is good too. So
yeah, well, we can do a double sample here.
I know, unexpected and sudden, but
that's efficient.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to take a? We'll take a. You're sure about the starfish?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Positive.
All right, let's zoom out and let's get a look at this rock.
Let's pull the other folks here first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's kind of a collective here, right? Do you have a tentative ID on the sea star?
Yeah, I think it's a solasterid. It doesn't have a genus, as far as I can tell.
So we got a couple of corals yesterday. So do we have any objections to going for this unusual sea star? I know that Chris has been excited about this. I think we got some imagery on it earlier this year on a different cruise, and it's been one of these really curious ones.
Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and grab it, and that rock right next to him is right.
Which are you going for first?
As a really
rock.
good one,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So this. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, this is a member of the. I think it's a member of the Solastриdae or possibly the Ganariidae. It looks very familiar to.
Do you want to look at the rock here, Chris?
Go ahead and grab it, yeah, and see, because that looks like a good rock.
I can put it in the starboard.
And it's mostly, if it's not flat, it doesn't look flat to me. It looks good.
Can you take my camera and tilt up?
Yes, I'll take both.
Thanks.
Tilting up.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Okay, that looks like a good size to me.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good angles on there.
Okay. So confirm you want it?
Yep.
Following you. Stopped.
Going forwards, yeah, starboard forward. Oh, perfect. Great. Thank you. That's a great rock.
So, co-pilot. Looks like you can't get the drawer open.
I don't think so, no. I could try.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to open.
Bring minis back.
Thanks. So I'm going to have to try to delicately grab it.
Yeah, that's not going to open here.
Yeah. I don't think there's any angle I can land on this spot where it would open. if I put my right toe down on one side of it, it'll hit that group of rocks, and same on the other side.
Would it be weird if you picked up, opened, and then?
Please pardon the interruption.
Yeah, I think that's the only choice I have. It's just a matter of keeping it cradled and not losing it.
Continue, press star 1 now,
Before you pick it
or
up.
the conference will be terminated.
Extending the drawer and landing with the drawer out.
Would that be wild?
Ooh. The risk there is that you end up hitting the toe of the drawer, and then you flex that hydraulic cylinder.
Yeah, copy that.
That wouldn't make Carl too happy. But what I could do, well, I'll just see if I can gently grab it, and then I won't even lift it up. I'll just I'll come up a little bit in auto depth.
Okay.
And we'll get the drawer open. Can you get the port bio box ready?
Please pardon the interruption. Your conference contains less than 3 participants at this time. If you would like to continue, press star 1 now, or the conference will be terminated.
Would you like me to follow you down?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the box open.
Opening box. I have a little more if you like it.
That'll work.
Nice.
Okay, let's close it up.
Close it.
And then if you can
Bump to the bottom. Oh no, we bumped the shiller. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and what else?
Rotate the mini Zeus over so I can stow. I think we'll be set. There we go. All right.
I say with no hyperbole, Dan, you are a freaking magician.
All right.
Okay, you have your main. I'm going to center mini Zeus before giving it back.
Okay. Thank you, Nav. Thank you, Copilot. Thanks, John. All right, all set.
You have all cameras. I'm taking my screen.
Okay, thank you.
So that is the reason that's so interesting to me is because it looks very similar to something we saw several years ago. It looks sort of like a cross between two families, something similar to an Antarctic animal that is very familiar, and so it has a lot of intriguing and potentially important characteristics. And so thank you very much to our pilot for grabbing that so ably and so delicately. Much appreciated.
Okay, we're coming up on a Bolosoma sponge. It's a glass sponge. It's very characteristic, or it's got very diagnostic characters, in particular that beautiful lemon yellow stalk that it's on. It also has a big opening on the
I'm going to do a partial zoom.
On the side facing us. It's called an osculum. And then it's got the scoop out on the other side. So this is really beautiful. We often call this Bolosoma species B. And they're just stunning. Whenever we can get some of these glass sponges with color on them, the white ones are gorgeous in their own right. But when
a little tighter zoom.
When we get a colorful one like this, it's just really stunning.
And hold there.
Chris, I noticed that this one doesn't seem to have as many or any animals living in it. Is that typical for this?
I think lasers are on. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's a real nice size. Some do, some don't. It's just
nice picture.
Yeah.
Are we happy with this, Chris? Or
yes, yes,
okay.
we are.
Let's go full wide, and I've got another surprise for you.
Oh my!
Look at this thing.
Got a tall.
Silas, do you want me to get another short move in?
Oh,
it's a tall whip.
Stand by one.
Oh, it's not just a stock. It's actually a whip.
Yeah, let's we'll hold out just a minute. There might be a couple things we can look at here.
You just can't quickly make up ground right now.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in. Partial.
This is actually a surprise for Les Watling at UH because this is one of his guys, a bamboo coral.
Get rid of that laser.
Sure. Thanks, Dave.
And the bamboo corals are in the family Isididae. They are called that because they have these little black nodes periodically along their branches. This one's kind of faint because it's got a lot of polyps and a lot of tissue covering up this node, but it's kind of a black band, almost like an arm band, if you will, that you'll see it periodically. There's one that's real clear right there, you can see, or you will very shortly when the video catches up to you. Those are called nodes. They're very informative. The distance between the nodes is informative. Whether there are any sub-branching that's occurring at or between the nodes is informative. And even how close the node is to the base. All of this is the information that octocoral specialists studying this family look at to try to figure out what it is.
Okay. Are you set on this, Chris?
We're good, thank you.
I think we can get it like a 20-meter move in, and I'll let's go full wide, and I'll
copy that.
Start moving up slope here.
I think I'm looking roughly up slope at 145.
145. Okay.
I'll put it in. 20 meters, 145.
I think that looks about right to me as well. Yeah, that looks great, Dave.
Send it.
$78.
Ship move, range 20 meters, bearing 145 degrees at decimal 2.
Good copy.
Oh boy. It is. What has that reading been the entire cruise?
Nav, bridge,
Oh, yeah.
initiated.
So, pilot, there's a white branch structure over to the right.
All right, so those
Should
of
we
you
call
are
Dave right in?
for those of you who are interested in
Let's get him in here then.
oxygen
Do
levels
you want me to
as we're
try to get
zooming
him?
in on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple
try to
of
track
Yeah, why don't we
corals
get
here.
Dave right in here? All right, Chris, which one do you want to look at?
We'll look at both of them if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just take your pick which one first. I'm pretty sure I
And
know what
pilot,
both of
we
them
can,
are already.
Of course, just shut it down. It's not
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and wait and get a close-up look.
Let's go ahead and zoom in partial here video. Try to keep it stable in the water.
It's got some anemones on it as too. And Sako Matsumoto says Chrysogorgia. Sako, I think this might fit better in the Pleurogorgia militaris or CF militaris. I totally agree that it's a Chrysogorgid. And maybe you were talking about the one down below, that it was definitely Chrysogorgia. So we have two members of that family that are here at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to get them for us.
All right, are you happy with this, Chris? Or?
Yes, I am. And then the one to the lower...
Let's go ahead and zoom out.
The one to the lower right would be good to get to.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Osako was saying. She saw the Chrysogorgia, this one here, and that's what she was identifying, and I was focusing on the other one. So, yeah, we're all on the same page. This is...
Hold there.
Almost certainly a Chrysogorgia, but let's see what Les has to say. He's the one who knows a lot about these animals. And it's got a nice squat lobster in it too, which is great.
Okay, are you set with that? Or do you want a closer look? We can zoom tighter.
Yeah, let's look at the squat in there and catch some of the branching.
Hold there.
Yes, so that looks like
now,
a galapioid.
If you'd like, you can drop a marker
of some kind.
Let's go ahead and zoom out partial. Sorry, I'm floating away here.
Let you know,
Come back in.
That's fine, pilot. I think we're good.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's go full weight then.
If you want to drop a marker at the edge of that return on my sonar, I can let you know when we start moving.
Ship still moving? Okay, all right. Good then.
I think I was talking about oxygen levels earlier on, and let's see if I can find the right screen here. Okay, the oxygen hit a minimum that's below 1. In fact, it looks like it's below 0.5, so it was a true oxygen minimum. And this was at about 450 meters or so at this location. It started to go up, and then it went down a little bit and did a whole bunch of little things. Maybe the Sirius is moving around a little bit in depth. But anyway...
is it off now?
This is...
it's off. I haven't seen
this is sort of an amazing minimum here, and right now it's gone
Sure.
back up because we've got quite a bit deeper. We are now looking at oxygen levels of about 2.5 milliliters per liter. So it went from 0.5 to 2.5.
Right, I'm going to push up slope a little bit.
And to put that into perspective, that's the surface is around 6 to 7 milligrams or milliliters per liter. So 0.5 is really low. We certainly couldn't. If we couldn't be water, we certainly couldn't exist with that level of oxygen. Another small bolosoma we passed, and looks like
another Chrysogorgia.
Yeah, another Chrysogorgia, and a Calophacus, couple Chrysogorgias.
All right. You want a closer look on any of these, or?
I think
those
we're
are
okay.
We just passed, I think.
I think we're just getting up to the top of this ridge here. Yeah. I'm starting to see the other side. It's a good thing we grabbed that rock earlier, huh?
Yeah, that's why I always go for something like that. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Just going to peek out over the edge here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love these vistas.
Yeah. So we're getting a bunch of corals already on sort of a mixed substrate here. And we may or may not see really dense bed today because we're right on what we suspect is the maximum depth zone for the high density bamboo beds. So that's why we chose this depth in this location, to really explore a depth that we don't have that much data on before, data on already, which is around 2,500 meters.
I think based on HYPACK, Cirrus is starting to move.
Okay. Starting to move.
Our current depth is
What's the delay there?
2,555 meters.
5 or 6.
Okay.
These are beautiful pillow lava flows, these big, huge, globular
I think we
rocks
can get
in
another
front
move.
of us that are very manganese crusted.
Yeah, copy that. See how now that we're at the edge, we want to start rotating
Can
more
you get a quick
east.
zoom on that white structure?
Which one?
There in the center.
The small one there?
White, yeah, there's a small white.
Sure.
I'm not sure what it is.
Sure.
Pilot, that doesn't seem like that was it. I'm going to run through some
Okay, yeah.
non-essentials, like rail cams.
Go for it, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do a partial zoom, get an ID.
Come on, be a sponge.
Or just a patch of sediment.
A patch of sediment.
Oh, well.
That's sort of star-shaped.
All right.
Zoom out.
I thought it was a sponge.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
I can't get any more starfish today unless it's like,
well, you can still look
staring
at them.
back at us, huh?
Well, not even
know,
that.
true.
We're going to get Tina Antipatherian since we denied her Antipatherian and got your sea star like 5 minutes later.
Looking at like a 130.
So we may have to look for some
130?
Antipatherians
What do you think,
today.
co-pilot?
We try to accommodate everybody here if we can.
Absolutely.
Fine. To me, it looks like it's a little more to starboard, but
Antipatherians
130 is fine.
Yeah, keep in mind Cirrus is going to swing forward a little more.
Okay.
We didn't collect an Antipatherian
No, I
yesterday.
found the
She's
first
going to
one.
get closer to
You
that.
saw it. Yeah, that's true.
What was it? Is it the rail cam?
Yeah, it's a rail cam. Figure out which one.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's get a move. We can do like 140 if you'd rather do that, co-pilot. Either one works.
Yeah, either is fine.
Okay.
130.
Sure.
Split it.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Thanks for your patience. Chris's, we're just doing a quick troubleshooting session here, but we've got it figured out.
Yeah, I overheard a little bit about that. So yeah, thank you. No problem.
Go ahead.
Now we're looking at the other slope. You see how narrow this ridge crest is.
20 meters, bearing 130 degrees at
that rock
decimal 2.
in the bag just certainly always calms me because I know that if anything happens, we've got a really important specimen. We also have this very important sea star for Chris, so we've got a couple things right off the bat
Bridge moving it
that are really good.
You just never really know what you're going to find on the top of these ridges, right?
You never know, and you never know if the weather's going to kick up or something. You know.
Very true. There's something.
There's a branching thing coming up on us on the top of there.
Right.
Definitely sort of a mixed substrate of globular pillows and sediment and
All right,
rocks.
let's do a partial zoom. Go ahead and hold there.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's a sponge stock.
It's got a lot of zoanthids or something growing on it, I think.
Yeah,
Would you like a closer look? I can set down.
No, that's fine. I
No?
think we can move on.
Okay, let's zoom out.
Is that there's a little red object on over to
See
the right.
that? Yeah, let's
I think
do
it's a shrimp.
partial
but,
zoom.
Yeah.
Video's saying shrimp here. Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp. There's a
little sponge or something to the